Hi guys, so in the past 1.5 years, I've been able to scale to $1.8 million in revenue, and I'm currently doing over $1 million in revenue every year with my e-commerce brands. And in today's video, I've put together what are the three key elements that have been able to help me see success. What I think are the three reasons, the three main points that you need to get right in order to scale your brand to 7 figures, like I did every year. And guys, let's get straight into it. Just keep in mind that this is what works for me, right? There are a lot of different ways that people do e-commerce and that make e-commerce work that I've seen. Just keep in mind that this is what works for me and what worked and what got me where I am today. There are more ways to do it, and I do a particular type of e-commerce. There are different types of e-commerce as well, so keep in mind. So the first one is product, right? The second one is marketing angles, and also offer as a third, right? If you get these three things right, like, it won't matter if you have a pretty website or Instagram account to make 7 figures. To be honest, that's what's happened to me. I really didn't have any pretty website or Instagram account in order to hit the 7 figure mark every year. And so let's break down each one with the key examples so that you can understand what I'm coming from and what you need to do in order to see success as well. So from product perspective, it's extremely important that you choose the right product, okay? And here it's important to notice that I sell low to mid tickets, okay? This is the market that I focus on. There are you can focus on high ticket products as well, but I tend to like low ticket products to mid ticket actually because of one reason, and I'll tell you that reason in a minute. And so the thing is that you need to have a strong product for me that it's useful essentially. High quality, so it's useful high quality to maintain great profit, okay? I see a lot of people like e-commerce and dropshipping, and all of these e-commerce models have bad reputations because people usually choose what it's called like negative, like the crappy products, like the products that you see on the internet, like AliExpress products that are like crappy, low quality, no margins, very hard to sell. And so you have to take a totally different approach here. You cannot be like everybody else and trying to sell like crappy products that are very cheap looking and that you won't be able to make any margin. Let's be real, guys. We are here to make money. And so if you are here to make money and make profits, you need to focus on this, right? I focus on great products. I focus on useful, high quality, maintain the great profit margin. I focus on products that can solve a problem while being different on the eyes of the customer that thinks that my product is very high quality and it will change their lives in a very positive way. And so this is what I focus on, right? And so just to give you a clear overview of my criteria for selecting a great product, I always try to choose a product that has a high TAM and high demand, meaning like has a big total addressable market and customer demand. I want to sell products that are in the niche, not necessarily the product, okay? You have to think about the niche. You have the niche, right? And you have the product. I want the niche to be in high demand and people already looking to solve a particular problem. Let's choose a product that is a problem that is very, very well known, which is example like back problems, right? Back pain, let's say, right? You have back pain, and so let's try to find products that solve this high demand problem, right? And so I want to enter this. And back pain is also a problem that has a very big TAM. A lot of people are looking to solve this problem. So this is a good niche to get into, right? And also I want to sell products that are semi-impulsive price range. That's why I sell like low to mid tickets products, as you can see here, because I want to sell in the second or third touch point, okay? So you have, when you're doing marketing, you have a lot of different touch points, right? Customers can see your ads, then can go to your account, Instagram account, then can go to your website, then can see an email of yours somewhere, your brand mentioning in a post, whatever. And so I want people to see my ads at least like the second or third time already be converting. I don't want to waste a lot of time educating people on my products. I don't spend a lot of money because when you're doing that, you're essentially investing a lot up front and not seeing any return back for a while. And so this is why I usually go for these kind of ticket products so that I can sell and people don't have to think a lot of time for it, right? Then I also choose a product that has enough profit margins, okay? This is extremely important, guys. I see a lot of people like selling in the $19 to $29 price range. Ecom, like this price range is, you're essentially doomed to fail unless you like have pretty low cogs. Like you have to find a product that you can source for like $5 to be selling at those prices. And if you're competing on this area, you better make a lot of volume to make money, right? So it will be very stressful on your backend in terms of fulfillment to actually get money like from $5 products that you can sell for 19, which is extremely low profit margin. And even $29 I get. So I always try to go for 50 plus AOV, like $50 plus that I can sell, like selling price. So the selling price of it. And so this, because I want to make profit, I want to make enough profit so that I can sustain myself throughout the business and actually make some money out of this, and not have to make billion orders to make a decent profit, right? And so lastly, I want a high perceived value. I want customers to see significant value on my product. And why this matters so much is because when you have a high perceived value on the product, meaning that you can sell something, for example, like a back posture corrector. Let's keep on the back pain problem, right? If you can find a product that is very medical, like people have a perceived value of it, that it's medical and it's doctor-based research, that has a very doctor hospital connotation to it, you probably can sell for a high price, right? People are used to spend a lot of money on health products and health pills and stuff, treatments. So you probably can find the product if you're able to market it the right way and have the right quality. The thing is, like, the price sensitivity goes down when you have this high perceived value, because so what this means is that if you increase the product price for like $10, you won't see a drop in the conversion rate. So this won't equal to a drop in the conversion rates, like from your clients. And this is huge, right? Because in every order, you're going to make extra $10 of profit just because you have this in place. So keep in mind, this is very important, okay? And actually, guys, I'm going to break all of this down in a particular video regarding products, and I will go way more in depth in each of these different steps, so that you can follow and also craft your product research method in a better way, so you can find better products and also start selling and scaling your brand to 7 figures. So going now to marketing angles, okay? Marketing angles, it's essentially what different pockets of audiences you can find to sell a product. And what I mean by that is that when you're selling a product, that is, you can choose a great product, but if you sell to the wrong audience, like to the wrong people, it won't work, right? You have to test marketing angles to the right audience avatar and as close as possible to the ICP. This essentially, ICP just stands for ideal customer profile, and this essentially means that you have to do the research properly and do the ads in a way that it speaks directly to your customer. The customer cannot be confused and think that the ad is for somebody else. And you also want to call that out in the ad, meaning you want to push people that are not that you're not targeting off the ad, so that it decreases your cost of advertising. So for example, the mistake that I've made in the past, it's very simple. Like what I'm saying, it's not complicated at all. I was selling face sculptor devices for older women, but my ads were shooting with young girls. So this obviously won't work, right? If you're showing young girls, because I'm young, right? I have access to young girl actors very easily. I was, okay, I don't have any money. I'm not going to hire any actors. Let's just work with my network. And my network was just like young girls. And so I would just go to young girls, ask them to shoot some videos for me. And I was trying to push these products to 50 plus women. Like this won't work because people won't relate. The women won't relate to the avatar shown in the ads, to the problems that you're mentioning, to the benefits of the product and everything, right? So keep that in mind. You really have to make it so that the ads that you're shooting, the footage that you're shooting, has your customer avatar and speaks the language of your ideal customer profile. So if you're selling to women 50 plus, you want to have women 50 plus on the ads and only speak for women 50 plus, right? So push, like if a young woman is shown that out, it just will scroll and not watch because it's not for them, right? Then you have another example, guys. So health product example, like if you're selling posture correctors for men 45 plus, but then you're showing ads young males, it won't matter, it won't work. Even if the product is extremely perfect, great, it won't work, right? This is why I think, like, one of the big realizations I had over the past year and a half is that B-roll matters a lot. I think B-roll is one of the best things that you can have on the ad. This means is if you're able to shoot your own content, it will also dictate how much you can make an ad work, because you can tailor your ad exactly the way you want. If you're shooting the content, if you're filming yourself, you can include the clips that you want, the right people on the ad, the right lighting, the right use, like when people are using the product, the right angles that you can show of the different angles of people using the product here in this area of your house, then you're using a different time of the day, when you're showing a different kind of use case. You're in control of all of these, and you can essentially shoot the perfect ads with the perfect people, because you are the one shooting, and you are the one with the ideas in your head and transferring to the actual ads, to the video creative. This makes a lot of the difference when you're like, it can really take your ads to a different level when you're in control of your B-roll. Because I'm gonna tell you a story here. So in the past I've hired a lot of different actors to shoot my content, but in the end the actors didn't really fulfill on the exact ideas I had. It was very difficult to transfer to them what I had in my mind, and so the content always ended up worse than the content that I shoot myself, or that I'm very much more involved in the shooting process. So keep this in mind, guys. And also, if you're starting out with low amounts of money and you don't have a lot of marketing budget to spend on shooting ads, you just might as well do it anyways, and it will work way better. And this is actually a skill that a lot of different e-commerce guys don't talk, which is about product shooting, but I think it's one of the most important ones if you actually want to make money. Okay, so I'm going to tell you here a very good example of what worked with me, so that you can have an idea of how important this is, which is I was able to sell products that with different audiences, for different audiences. So for example, this portrait corrector that you see here, right? You can sell portrait corrector to young males that play sports, right? And you tie back this to athletic performance and injury prevention angle. But you also can sell the portrait corrector to old male who are sedentary and have back problems, that have sciatica, for example, that have problems with age and with all of this, so office worker health, posture improvement. But you can also target old women with hip pain. And so if you're able to test a lot of different angles for your product, and you can find different winning pockets, you're going to be able to make so much more money, because you have so much more people to sell your products to, which essentially increases your TAM, correct? Think about it. It will increase the amount of people that you're going to be able to sell to, and that also are in pain of this. So the demand is there. This is very key, and it can really propel your brands to different numbers. And so this is the benefit of having multiple different angles. You find multiple pockets of audiences to sell, and you can scale even higher. Okay, so this is my take on marketing angles that I see like the most important ones. But guys. The reality is, if you can have these both right, but if you don't have this one, you're not going to be able to sell, or at least sell with high profits. Because if you have a bad offer, you can probably sell with these two. If you nail these two, guys, you're going to be able to sell the product, but you will be able to sell at low profit per sale, like low conversion rate. Also like low conversion rate, because people won't find your product as a great deal as it could be if you really try to push a very great offer to them. This will just increase overall conversion rates. Essentially, it can be the difference between you selling at 1% CVR or at like 3%, which makes a huge difference if you think of when you have a lot of traffic on the website. And so when you're doing an offer, it's extremely important that clients, like they think about this in their head. Okay, they think about, whoa, for this price and what I'm getting, I might get it now before something happens and something changes, and I won't be able to get it under these conditions. Because think about it, like if clients think this when they look at your website and they feel the FOMO, feel they're gonna miss out if they don't get it now, they're just gonna convert, and when they convert, your pixel will have way more data faster, and the ads will be able to optimize even faster. So this is the whole cycle just gets way better. And so you want to have clients think this in your offer, okay? And how do you do this in practice? It's actually not you cannot make a great offer right off the bat, like thinking about it prior to the testing phase. So you have to test and find what works best with your product and with your marketing angles, because you can also have different offers for different marketing angles. And what you do here is that you build different landing pages for different customer avatars, because you can have different offers work for different people. So you just have this, and I've done this in the past. I have like a product, right? And I build multiple landing pages to sell to different people, because sometimes I can sell high prices to a different group of people, and I have to make a different offer with a little bit more of a discount if I'm targeting younger audiences. Sometimes it happens. But so what this is in practice? In practice, you can test bundles, you can test quantity breaks, you can test scarcity and urgency. You can incorporate all of these to find your winning offer. Okay, and so I'm gonna break down each one of these components in a separate video. But truly, guys, this what I said in the beginning. You don't have to have a pretty website or Instagram account to make 7 figures in a year in e-commerce. I've done it, so I can tell this myself. But it's very important that you nail all of these 3 down in order to make e-commerce work, right? So I'm gonna break each one of these down in the next few videos in depth with what worked for me and how you can work for yourself too.